It's not clear if it was in the wake of this or not, because all this kind of came out at relatively the same time. But one thing they've done that seems positive to some people, negative to others, is basically they're no longer selling drones to either Russia or Ukraine. Um, so they've said that, hey, we don't want to be used in any combat, and so for now, we've decided to halt all business to Russia and Ukraine to make sure that they're not buying them for combat purposes.
Yeah.
This is the first time anybody, basically any company, has come out with this, or anything like this, about combat focused stuff. Most companies who pulled out talked about economic concerns or whatever, but yeah, they specifically said they don't want their stuff to be used in combat.
So this is interesting because there have been accusations elsewhere, and I don't think we're going to weigh in on these accusations. We don't really have the basis to do that. That China was supporting Russia, that DJI, ostensibly at the behest of the Chinese government, or was like disabling drones or disabling aeroscope systems for the Ukrainian government. We don't know if any of that is true. We're not gonna go there. But for them to now say, well, we're just pulling out entirely, maybe there's just been enough heat that they've decided it's not worth it to take sides, or maybe they never were taking sides. But at this time, it sort of seems like they're trying to appear neutral.
So it is interesting. I mean, normally they don't do anything, so it's interesting for them to take the stance, and it definitely will. I mean, it may help them financially because people will like that they're doing it, but it definitely seems to hurt them financially if they were going to sell a bunch of stuff that will be used once or twice. I mean, that's a bunch of money they're tossing down the drain, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, it's a fact that DJI drones are used by police and military all around the world. They're just an extremely, extremely effective tool. It's extremely easy for someone to learn to fly them, and their ability to operate and gather information, or in some cases deliver ordnance, is, it's just a real thing, is a very effective tool. For DJI to say, no, we don't think they should be used in combat. I mean, they have to have known this was going on and been okay with it, even if it was not their official line. And the fact that they've stopped selling, I think, is not going to slow things down too much, because, like, how hard is it to have a shell company in Poland who buys a bunch of DJI drones and ships them into Ukraine, or the same for Russia? So sure. I don't know what kind of effect this will actually have. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's barely news. That's why it's barely news.
That's true. We really don't have a lot of substance here. Okay. Well, nice that they've done that. We'll see what happens.